Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hobby Lodge, and in this video I'm going to be showing you a let's play, a demo game between me and my son James of Moonstone, the miniatures game. So it's already been set up on the table behind me, and in a minute I'll jump you into the footage we recorded of that game. So you might be asking, what is this game? Well, I'll try and describe it as best I can. It is a high fantasy, whimsical battle against each other to collect the precious material that is called Moonstone. So this is magical materials that have fallen from the skies, they're hitting the ground, they're embedding themselves into the gameplay area that you're playing, and you've got to use your characters to once battle against each other, but also pick up and grab hold of this precious Moonstone. The winner is not determined by who kills who. The winner is determined by, at the end of turn 4, who has the most Moonstone in their troop, in their team. So you've seen me paint a lot of these miniatures up. I must have at least 20-25 of them now painted on the channel, and I'll try and show some of that footage maybe as we're talking. But also you can look at links, and there's even live streams where I've painted these miniatures up. And it's a really cool, fun game. The fighting is more like dueling with each other. The magic has a fantastic bluff system where you can trick your opponent into thinking you have something you don't really have. And the abilities and the characters are all kind of zany and wacky. Very much inspired by things like Jim Henson's Workshop and The Labyrinth and Dark Crystals and all those kind of shows that we love. You know, certainly, those two shows for sure. So yeah, let's jump over to the table. We're going to have a bit of a top-down view of what's going on. I will show you bits and pieces on the close cam, but hopefully you can listen in and play and learn as we go along. And I will talk about the game at the end as well to tell you how we got on and maybe some of the things that you may have missed during the gameplay. But yeah, let's go over to the table and play the game. Okay, so this is the table. It's a 3x3 square, the better way of saying that. And then you want some terrain on the table. So we've got houses, rocks, some trees. For this instance, we're just going to play everything as blocking terrain. So we're not going to worry about special rules for forests, which there are some in the book, and other bits and pieces. These are just line of sight. So a model is either in cover or out of cover or partially covered with cover. And that has an impact on some rules in the game. So yeah, we're going to play 4 against 4. A normal game is played 6 on 6, or you can play 3 players, right, James?
Yeah.
Are they all on 4s? Is that? It's a maximum of 12, right?
It depends, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a maximum of 12 characters. So you could have 3 players with 4 each, or 2 players with 6, and so on and so forth. So we're going to go with a couple of things first. So once you've got your table laid out, I'll grab that rule book there. The first thing you want to do is grow your moonstone, or whatever. What's the term, James, they use? Grow moonstone, deploy moonstone.
Yeah, grow moonstone.
And this game does that by holding. Is it 5 or 6, James?
5.
5. Yeah. You basically want an odd number, so you always have a winner. And this is Moonstone. Moonstone is just a 4-sided die. A 5-sided dice. 4-sided dice. I get this right. A 4-sided dice, and when you drop these on the table, that is the generation of your Moonstone. So I'm going to go about this high, middle of the table, and let them go. Now, James can choose to re-roll, or I can choose to re-roll.
Yeah. This is very good for me because
Yeah.
I'm on my side of the board.
So do you wish to re-roll?
Nope.
Alright, so then I will choose to re-roll because they are all on your. They are pretty much all on your side of the table. Maybe this time I'll try and drop a bit more central. Okay. So we've got 1 over by the house over here, 3 very much towards you, and 1 by me. And each one will have a depth on it. So the number you can see there. So 1, 4, 2. That is the depth in which it's buried into the ground. So that'll be important for later when we come to dig the Moonstone out. How far it's deeply it's buried is important. So I'm going to go with my 4 characters first. I've got Sid the Vicious, which is this little armour-plated goblin here. Try and get him to focus. There we go. So we've got Sid the Vicious. I'm going to go with Rebold, who is this big old troll with a cannon on his head, with a little goblin on it. Doug the Flatulent with his little pug, and he's well armoured. And then Beaky Bobby looks like a bit of a crazy scientist, alchemist in goblin form. So that's my 4 characters. James, who are you going with?
Yeah, so I got the 3 witches.
Pass each one over so I can show you you've got.
So I got Zoya, the Dawn Witch.
This is the Dawn Witch.
Antonia, the Noonday Witch.
This is the Noonday Witch.
Danica, the Dusk Witch.
Okay.
And then my last one is the Jackalope.
Big old jackalope with his big scary eyes. Yeah. Awesome. So now we've deployed the Moonstone, we're now going to work out who's going first. So we're going to take a normal 6-sided dice. James got a 6 and I got a 6, so we're going to roll off again. 6 again for me. Wow, this is interesting. 5 and a 2 for you. Okay, so I finally win that one. Nice. Let me just get this camera into focus. Right, so I can choose either to deploy first or go first. And I think I'm going to go first. So you're down to deploy first, James. So we've got 10 inches from the baseline there. Yeah, so for us, the edge of the table is these 2 trees here, and then those 2 trees up there. That is the edge of the table. So you've got 10 inches from the tree, from that line, basically.
Yep, so I will just place Jackalope up there.
Nice. Game is played over. Is he at the 10-inch line? Yeah, so you know from the game forward. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to stick him there. Over to you.
Yeah, so I'll place Danica there.
Okay, I'm going to place my troll there. I don't know, about there's the best I can do. Over to you.
Next I'll play Antonia here.
Okay, I'm going to play Doug the Flatulent over on the right hand side.
And lastly Zoya.
Okay, and I'm going to place him within 4 inches of the big giant. So I just want to make sure 4 inches within the big giant. There we go. That is it. So we are fully deployed. Now the objective is there's 4 rounds. The winner is the person who's holding the most moonstone at the end of turn 4. So it's not about killing each other, although that will happen. The objective is to be holding moonstone. That is the plan. So yeah, I guess over to me for first turn. Yeah. Okay. So the first time, I will just take Beaky Bobby. And we'll use 1 energy. So 1 of his energy cubes to dig up this moonstone. And then I'll use another energy to... Well, actually, no, I'll use his jog. So he gets a free 2-inch walk. He would normally get a 4-inch movement, but he's now carrying a heavy piece of moonstone. So it's only going to get a short jog now. And then... I'm going to use another energy just to park up next to the troll. And that's him done.
Right, so I will step back to make the Jackalope. I'll spend 1 energy to dig, and the first time the Jackalope digs each turn, it reduces the debt value by 2 instead of 1.
Nice.
So the debt value goes to 1 on that.
Yeah.
And then I will dig again.
Okay, so the Jackalope has now got a moonstone. So we're 1 all on moonstones already within the first 2 activations.
And then I will use my free jog, which is now only 2 inches, just to move up to the next moonstone.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be the end of the Jackalope's turn.
Okay, right. Let's do some stuff. Let's take Ribold, the huge troll. He is slow, so he's limited to a 2-inch move. So I'm just going to move him to around this rock. and then he has a range of 8 inches on his cannon, but I don't think anyone is going to be in any danger of his cannon. No, they're all just out of range. So he's going to park himself there, I think. Well, no, we might as well use his next 2 energy just to budge him forward 2 inches. So we're just going to move him another 2 inches, and that is him done. He's now on sentry duty. Just Mark watching everybody.
Next, I will activate Danica the Dusk Witch and move up to behind this tree. And then I will use 2 energy to use my ability Puppeteer. Should check if I'm within 8 inches of a bold.
He might
not be.
Front of your base. Yeah, I'm in 8 inches, yeah.
Alright, so I will cast Puppeteer, and it gives the target Puppet, which just means I can use my actions to make that character do some of their actions as a friendly unit.
So you're essentially going to mind control my giant with a cannon on his head.
Yeah. Right. So now to cast this, I need to play a green 2 or a pink 2 out of the...
So this game uses a magic system with playing cards. So in this whole deck there are, I think, 3 of each colour.
Yeah.
3 twos and 5 ones.
I think it's just 3 ones.
Oh, 3 ones. I thought it was 5. But okay. We deal out cards to each other, and this is where you can get the bluff mechanic. So I'll probably play this one openly so that people know. So how many arcane cards does your character get?
I get 5 arcane cards.
Yeah, and the arcane cards are what's specified at the top of their card. So as you can see, I get 3, but because I'm the defending player in this instance, I actually get all 6.
Yeah, you get 6 cards.
And Danica's got how many?
5.
5, because she's quite a powerful witch, so she has more. So you give the deck a little shuffle, make a cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's James's cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is where the bluffing technique comes in. So James, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a green or pink 2.
So a pink or green 2. So what I need to do is look at my cards and determine whether I think James has one of those. Now James might not have one of those, but he's obviously probably going to say that he is. So what are you saying, James?
I'm going to say I play a pink 2.
So James doesn't have to show me what he's just played, he just lays it down on the table. I look at my cards and go, do I think he's telling the truth or whether he's bluffing? So I think, and by the way, if I get it wrong, he gets to cast that spell again for free, which is not the end of the world because he can't cast it on anyone in range. And if I get it right...
I don't have to cast it at an enemy, so I could cast it on someone like the Jackalope. As it just says target.
But why would you do that? But yeah, I suppose you could. But I've got no reason, given my cards, I've got no reason to believe that James hasn't got a 2 in his hand. So I'm going to say James, you're telling the truth. Now he doesn't have to show me.
Yeah, I think just for the video I'll show, so I did have a pink 2 there.
So if I called his bluff, if I said he was lying, he would have shown me a pink 2 and he would have been able to cast the spell again. But I didn't have any reason to believe he was lying, so he didn't get away with it, he got to cast the spell. So now we have mind control on this guy here. I'll stick a little green thing next to him so you know that he's mind controlled. Okay, back to me, is it?
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. I guess we're just going to get in there and start mixing it up, I guess. So I'm going to take Vicious Sid and I'm going to move him his 4 inches. He moves for free. Now I know that you're 8 inches away, so I can't do anything with that. Even if I was to move twice, he has got a teleport ability, but you're more than 8 inches, or you're more than 6 inches away. So I might just, maybe I will just edge in a bit. I don't know. Yeah. I think I'll just use 2 inches to just move in, and then I'll keep an energy on him, and that's him done. So not a lot of action coming out of my side, really.
So I will move up for 4 inches, and then I will have a look at Sid, who is 4 inches away, and I will cast Candy Apples.
Can I react?
It has a range of 8 inches.
Okay,
so
I'm going to react anyway and move 1 inch closer.
Alright. So Candy Apples, I need a pink. So it says pink X, which just means any value of pink.
Yeah.
And it normally will affect a value in the spell. So this spell is to move target 2x directly closer towards the character. Then if they end up within 2 inches of the character, they suffer 4 wounds.
Oh wow, so I shouldn't have moved forward then. I didn't realise that, but never mind.
Sure.
That's okay. I should have moved backwards instead of forwards, but never mind.
So I get 4 arcane.
So, let me cut this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
And you need a
now,
pink.
Yep, you are about 3 inches away. So even a pink one would put you close enough.
So again, this is my hand, so I have to guess whether he's got a pink of that colour.
Which I will play a pink 1.
For the purpose of this, I'm going to call bluff on a pink one.
It was not.
There. So, so not only do I have the impact, in fact, the issue happen. So what happens? I move.
You move closer, so you move 2 inches closer.
2 inches closer, so I should be 1 inch away from you.
Yeah. And then because you're within 2 inches, you take 4 wounds.
4 wounds. What sort of damage is it? Does it say?
Just that it's 4 wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, it just says suffer 4 wounds.
Which on Vicious Sid is terrible because he only has 5 wounds. Okay. Not my best moment because Vicious Sid is the main man and he's about to be killed very easily. And I've got nowhere near anyone to save him. So perhaps, and is that you over, is it?
That is Antonia done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with a 4 inch move on Vicious Sid.
Doug.
Sorry, Doug. We need to be. This is where we just need to measure how far away we are. I reckon I need to move 1. So that's not going to. Oh no, it will work. Okay, I can move 1 inch. I'll get a attack off, and then I can charge. So I can use 2 energy to charge on my little dude. So my little dude's going to charge your witch, and she's got no energy left.
No energy.
No energy left, so I might as well be 3 inches away from her. Because I have a 3 inch, which is ridiculous, but I have a 3 inch reach on my lance. And I'll attack, so we can show you the attack mechanic. Because I charged, I get +2 to my attack, so. Oh no, +2 damage, but I've got 6 cards anyway. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many melee does she have?
She has 3.
1, 2, 3. So this time we're dueling, except in James's issue is he is nowhere near me to be able to hit me. Because I have a massive long lance, and unfortunately he does not. So he can't actually hit me back. So all he can do is try and defend against me. So he can only play defensive cards. And these cards are essentially this. So they have a bunch of different attacks on them. So you look at this and you've got to imagine you're like dueling your opponent here. So you've got all these different maneuvers you could do. And each of them have a different stat against an opposing attack or opposing defense. So I'm going to look at my cards and I'm going to say I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
So it's James. I'm going to flip over mine.
Low
I played a falling swing against a low guard. So I deal 2 damage to him and take 0. But because I did that, I'm going to play a critical strike on falling swing, which is another 2 damage. So that takes 2 to 4. And then I get to do another 2 because I was charging. And then I get to do another 1 because impact damage. So that is 7 wounds.
I'm on 1 health.
He's on 1 health. So very dangerous when you can do things like playing multiple cards. And basically if you have that in your hand, if you have more than 1, you just crit on top of each other. So if you've got 3 of those, you can do a lot of damage in 1 turn. And that is my attack over. So you are okay. Nothing more is going to happen.
Alright.
Do you want to pass those melee cards? Now, of course, if I was in range and James was in range, he could have also struck me back in that fight. But because he's at a distance, because I'm at a distance, all he can do is try and fend off my attacks. So over to you.
I will activate Zoya. The first thing I will do is spend 1 energy to move her 1 inch back.
Okay.
And then I will play Visions of the Future for 2 energy.
Okay.
There's a range of 8 inches.
Okay.
So I'll be targeting Antonia.
Yeah.
And it triggers 1 catastrophe printed on their card. So I'll trigger the catastrophe for Candy Apples, where all models within 4 inches suffer 2 magical damage.
Wow, okay. So, and that doesn't need to be tested or anything, that's just an ability she does.
It's the catastrophe.
So she's going to blow up,
Apples.
I'm going to blow up, and
Danica, I believe, will also take 2 damage.
yeah, and so will Doug, because we know he's 3 inches away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so 2 damage kills Vicious Sid, which is a shame. Kills which?
I don't know if it hits her.
It says all. If it says all, then all models.
Alright.
So she blows herself up as well.
I mean, as long as Sid's gone.
Yeah, and he's going to take 2. Yeah, that is a shame. To lose Sid is definitely a shame. And then there's 2 on her. You done it on your Dusk Witch, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wow, that wasn't nice.
And then I will move 4 inches up, and then I will play. Actually, I won't play that. I will just step 1 more across.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And that is the end of Zora's turn.
Wow. Okay, see, that was nasty. So we're now into sort of our ending phase. So in our ending phase, you take off any abilities because that's only to end of turn, right?
No, I don't think it is. I think it
Check what it
stays
says.
on a target gains puppet, and then it gives a description of puppet until end of game.
End of game. Okay, cool. Right. Okay, so that stays on there.
How much is it to shoot his cannon? Just out of curiosity.
His cannon is 2 energy. He only has 2 energy.
All right, yeah.
So, but the thing for me to do is to make sure that I always using before you get to use her. That kind of forces that play.
Well, she has to use her own.
Oh, she uses her own
energy.
energy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right then.
Which luckily she has too, so she won't be doing anything else. But,
Yeah. So in the refresh step, you go back through and refresh all the energy on yours. So I've got, and if they get wounded, so if I show you Doug the Flatulent here, because he was wounded, he's now not going to refresh 1 of his energies. He's only going to get 3 energy total because he's taken. I should probably do that the other way around, but what we do is we use a marker to then just tick off the energy. So 1 there, 1 there. So you can see he's taken 2 hits. So now he's only going to get 3 energy.
Yeah.
Back.
At the start of the replenish step, all my witches have different abilities depending on which ones are alive. And Danica, if Zoya is alive during the replenish step, she heals 2 wounds at the start of the turn.
Of course she does, because your gang's always full of healing and God knows what.
So Danica is back up to full health.
Okay, right. So my first thing is going to be.
Oh, we need to roll off, don't we?
Yes, we do. But I've got +2 to my roll.
Yeah.
4. It's a good roll. 6, so I got 8, which is good.
Yeah.
Right, I think we need to try and kill that other witch because she's a pain in the bum. And we could shoot her and then charge her, but then I think you'll probably get to me first, and charging you is better. So with Doug, I will just charge because you're within 6 inches, and I'll park myself, although it's not going to matter because I'm assuming you're going to move towards me. I will literally go to there.
Yeah. So
you're going to react and move
the
in.
first time Zoya that reacts and takes a reaction step, she can move 2 inches instead of 1.
Yeah.
So she can.
So now these two are going to be locked in battle. So you'll get to see what an actual fight. So she's quite fighty. As is
Doug.
As is Doug. Doug can be quite devastating. The advantage I'm going to get is I'm going to get +2 to any damage. Well, technically +3, which is nice. Unlike poor Sid, he didn't even get a chance. Poor Sid didn't even get a chance to attack.
He does ridiculous damage.
Especially when he's near a troll.
He's very hard to kill as well.
Yeah.
But I think his armour takes 2 off of any damage, like any physical damage he takes.
Yeah.
So my best way of killing him is just magical damage.
How many melee does she have?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. So still not quite as potent as So yeah. So once again, I'm looking through my cards to find attacks that I might want to use. Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Thing I haven't shown is the upgrade, which we haven't gone through, but I'll show you that. Right, here we go. Ready?
Sweeping cut.
Sweeping cut versus falling swing. So I do 3 and take 2. I'm going to upgrade to do 6 +2 +1. So that's 9 damage to her.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
Alright, but you're going to do 2 back to me. Any pluses?
No, just 2 damage.
So 2 damage, of which I'm going to get to do -1 because of my shield. So that takes 1 damage. And she's dead. Nice. Doug does it again. Doug is pretty darn lethal when he gets, especially if I can crit. Like if I crit, I'm in a good. Well, that is actually the highest I can score.
Yeah.
That was 3s. I don't normally get 3s against you.
So my turn. I'm going to activate.
Actually, I've still got energy.
That's true. Actually,
I've got 2 for the. So no, hang on a sec. 2 for charge, and I used 1 for attack. So no, I haven't got any energy left.
Okay. I will activate Danica and use her puppeteer ability to use Rebold and shoot Doug.
Okay, right. So he's going to take control of his mind. He's going to turn and he's going to shoot Doug. Right, so Doug, Rebold, target suffers 3 times -1 on a green. So he only gets 3. And I am -1. So he's going to be... no, I'm not. I'm nothing. Because I'm on my dog. If I was a goblin on my own, I would have been -1. So you're going to get... Hang on, I'll do a cut. There you go. 1, 2, 3. You're looking for a green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So I'm trying to guess whether James is bluffing or not on a green.
Okay. I will play a green 1.
Green 1. So green 1 will be 3 damage. I'm going to call bluff on that.
It was a bluff.
Oh, yes. Okay, well, that's probably bad for me still anyway. So the reason why, so James played a green, said that was a green 1. Oh, wow. Okay. But I had 2 green 1s. Now I get to replace this with what I want to do. So his catastrophe. The model suffers 3 wounds. So we definitely don't want that to happen because I don't want you to blow up my ogre. So I'm going to replace your green 1 with a pink 1, which does nothing. So nothing happens And we are both saved and relieved that one Doug the Flash didn't get blown up. That was a bold bluff, because the chance of you having a green one is quite high. But
Yeah.
I had two in my hand, and I thought maybe he won't have a green one.
Well, I feel a bit silly because I had the three.
I know, yeah. I know, yeah. That was bad. That was bad. Right, my turn. So now I'm going to turn him back around again. Lock in on
Danica
or the rabbit. I might shoot the rabbit, I think. So, because the rabbit's got no cover where the witch has got cover. So this time he's cleared his head a little bit. Does that stay there then, or is it now gone?
It stays in until the end of the game.
You can use it all the time. Wow. So we're going to use his 2 energy to shoot. He's counted himself now, and we're going to shoot the rabbit. And we're hoping for a nice juicy green 3. Now you can choose, if I wasn't to pick up any green cards, I could choose to not shoot. So I can either pick up a green and shoot, or I can bluff and shoot, or I can go, you know what, it's not worth the risk and not shoot at all. So I'm going to give these a good shuffle, do a cut. I get 3, 1, 2, actually I get more than 3, don't I, because he's a big fat rabbit.
Yes, you get +1 to your evade. You get +1 card.
So because he's a big fat rabbit, I get an extra 1. I'm just going to show what I have. Jane just looks at the screen.
I didn't look at it. I did not look.
We won't be shooting.
I was going to look.
We won't be shooting because I had a hand of complete and utter rubbish, and I'm pretty sure you'd have called bluff on whatever I said. Okay, so that's him done. Yeah, Rebold is done. Oh, back to you.
Alright, I will dig once, pick up the Moonstone, and I dig for 2.
So he's now got 2 Moonstone on him.
And then I will use 2 energy to use Hop, which just lets me move 4 inches freely over terrain.
Yes, right to that next one. Oh,
my bad.
Tree fall down.
He's a really thumpy rabbit.
Yeah, he's knocked the tree down. So he now has 2 Moonstone on him, and he's standing right on top of another one.
Yep, well that's the end of his turn.
Okay. So, and I've got Beaky Bobby left. Beaky Bobby is going to use his 2, because he's nice and slow right now, because he's carrying Moonstone, to get to there. I'm 8 inches away from this guy. I am 8 inches away. Okay, so I can stay pretty much where I am. So I'm going to cast Healing on him, and I'm looking for anything blue, but unfortunately it's blue -1, so it's no point me even saying I've got a blue one because it does nothing. My healing is for some reason very weak. Right, I do get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for you.
And it's blues.
My blue. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not going to be casting it because I didn't even have
a bit of bravery there.
I know, but I didn't even have anything worth doing it. But I can cast it again, so I will cast it again. And I'll give these another shuffle. I had a 1, 2, and a 3 in pink. If I needed pink spells, I'd have had a right laugh. But that meant in your hand, you probably had quite a bit of blue.
I had 2 blue ones, and that was it. So the blues just weren't in that round.
Oh, okay. I do need to get braver then, but I don't want to die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not very good with the bluffing. Okay, this time I will play a blue 2.
I'll call bluff.
It was a blue 2. And that's it.
You can have your 1 healing.
1 healing, which to be honest is not bad. on goblins, 1 healing is actually quite good. They don't have that much health anyway. So that's the end of our turn. So we're into turn 3. So refresh on everybody. So 2 on Rebold. I've got 3 on Doug. And I've got 4 on Bobby.
So
and we're into turn 3.
Initiative.
Initiative. I get +1 this time.
6.
Oh. 6. I got 7.
The game was riding on that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why do you think you're gonna? Why do you think you're gonna die? I don't see how you die.
I think you could definitely kill the jackalope.
I think I'm probably gonna go for her, to be honest.
Actually, you didn't do that.
Yeah. I think I've got more chance of killing her than the rabbit. The rabbit's pretty tanky.
10 health. Yeah.
10 health. Yeah, I don't know. Right, yeah, let's try and kill the witch. So we're gonna grab Doug. How far away is she?
If the rabbit doesn't need healing, I'll probably use Revolt to shoot Doug again.
So I'm gonna use my free jog and then charge and put myself. She's got energy, hasn't she? So she can react.
She will not, because I'm outrunning you.
Yeah, if I put myself to, her reach is
1 inch.
1 inch. So if I put myself 3 inches away, I can always step up anyway.
I'm not.
But you're not going to do it
because
you're not going to have any reaction then, are you? So
yeah.
She's basically wasting her turn. So I'm just going to park him 3 inches away. So there. Right. And then we will attack. And we will hope for a really good attack round. So we're going to give these a shuffle.
We're on turn 3, aren't we?
Turn 3.
4 turns.
Yeah. So currently you are winning. I've for some reason completely neglected that Moonstone over there. Which I'm not sure I can even get to.
That's what I've just realised.
Yeah, that probably wasn't the greatest move in the world, but for a demo game, I guess it shows the importance of making sure you pick up your Moonstone.
Oh, by that I get 2 melee.
You get 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for me. 1, 2, 3, 4 for you. No, 2 melee, sorry. 1, 2. Okay. Oh my goodness, I've gotten not great. If I'm brutally honest, I don't think I'll be killing you. Okay, gonna go, yep. Rising attack.
I'll play Thrust, which upgrades into Illusion. So you will deal no damage this turn. Illusion, reduce damage suffered to nil, and then end of step effect, exchange places for a friendly spirit within 8 inches, but there is not one.
Okay, cool. So I would have, just for the camera, I played my rising attack just so that I could show that sometimes on your character card you'll have special attacks. I played the rising attack card. It didn't work anyway because James had a spell, but if I had played it, I could upgrade. My upgrading attack is, where does it say? There we go. Signature move on rising attacks. On the back of your card, it would have changed rising attack into ankle biter. Ankle biter tends to do a lot more damage, and then it tells you what the negative effect might be. So actually I would have no damage if I had upgraded it, so I need to read my cards better because you're more than 1 inch away. So ankle biter I can only do when I'm really up close to you.
Yeah.
For future reference.
So my special, which I use there, just...
Yeah, shall I show you your card?
Yeah, so it reduces all my damage, and then it can even switch places with like a friendly witch.
Yeah, so he played Thrust, which basically turns him into a ghostly image. So all of my damage, my wonderful, what would have been like 6 or 7 damage or something, just hits an apparition.
She is the worst I have melee by far. I mean, 2 melee cards.
Well, she's not the worst though, because she just survived the dark. She survived better than the other witch, so she ain't that bad.
But she won't.
She can't fight back, but she can. As long as you've got a thrust in your hand, she's incredibly hard to hit.
My turn.
Yes.
I will dig for 2, dig for 1, dig for 1. And have another moonstone
And
on
another
me.
moonstone. So the rabbit now has 3 moonstone. This rabbit is very valuable. Back to me.
Yeah.
We're going to shoot with Rebold at the witch. Because I'd like her to go away. Even if I don't hit her, I want her to go away. So we're going to... Because she's very annoying, the witch. Have I got all the arcane cards over here?
Yeah.
Okay, so... I'm only going to get 3 cards, so I'm hoping for a green 3 in there would be nice. let's pray for a green 3, everybody. So
How
1,
much
2,
times
3.
damage is it? Is it 4
1,
times
2,
damage?
3, 4, 5, 6. It's 3 times damage.
So if it's 3 times -1.
So these are the cards I have.
I'm not looking.
I'm going to play a green 2.
I will not call bluff.
Okay, so she's going to take then 3 times 2, which is 6, -1. So she's going to take 5 damage. And I'd like her to move 5 inches towards you, please.
Yeah.
So not only does it hit her and moves her away. Just for the camera, I wasn't bluffing. That was actually the card I laid.
I had a green 3 over here, so I knew I'd be
Oh, nice.
safe from almost a 1-shot.
Yeah. If James had called bluff, then I could have shot again.
So does it move me straight into? It's just like a straight line.
Just a
right?
straight line back.
And it is 4 inches.
5 inches.
5 inches. Okay, well.
So she can do one.
Yeah. Luckily, it doesn't specify that puppet has a range. Actually, no, 8 inches. Never mind.
Yeah, so you're out of puppet range. Cool. That's you done? So
I still have Danica.
okay.
Do you have the tape? I need to check if Doug's within 8 inches.
Oh, okay, you're going to mind control Doug.
I think that is, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I'll cast Puppeteer again. Doug will also get Puppet as long as I get a green 2 or pink 2. And I get 5 arcane cards.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I
6.
won't play.
He's not going to play.
Is it all blue?
Okay.
The one colour I did.
You could have bluffed it. You bluffed me very easily because I think you're a very straight player. So, okay. Although, to be honest, I would have called bluff because
actually,
there's no harm in calling bluff.
If I was called bluff there in Catastrophe, she would have died.
Oh, okay.
So,
I would have called bluff because there's no damage from recalling it. You can't cast it again on someone.
yeah.
That's something you have to think about sometimes. If you're going to, just for people watching, if there's no harm in you calling bluff, then maybe call bluff. You might get lucky.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the end of my turn. You've got Beaky Bobby left.
Beaky
right?
Bobby is left. Can I get Beaky Bobby into anything decent? Beaky Bobby, you've been pretty irrelevant this game.
I think he should be stronger. I think because his heal was just pretty useless compared to some of the healing I have. Because even my weakest heal is X +1.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move 2 inches so that I'm 2 inches. I want to be an inch away from him, basically. So we're going to move 2 inches to be there. We're then going to cast Stand Back, which is going to push all models around me 1 inch. So it's going to push him 1 inch to there. That was 1. And then can I don't think I can, but can I get over to that Moonstone? I'm going to use all 3 of my energy to move to there.
What level is it? Oh, you might be able to do it. Oh, you've got got a Moonstone on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I can get it, but I don't think I can do anything else, to be honest.
I was hoping Rabbit can run fast.
Yeah,
he just needs to get out of there.
He just all his movement is hard, but he's got your hopping, yeah, which is he can hop even with Moonstone, can't he? So that's not bad. Right, so back to winter turn 4, I think. So back to replenish.
Last round.
So Rebold gets 2 energy. Doug gets 3.
Basically useless without 2 energy.
Yeah.
Which is really not nice.
Got the cannonball centre out of play. So really we need to kill the rabbit. This is where we're at. This game hangs on, can we kill the rabbit? So this is a straight roll up. James got 5. I've got 3, so yes. James gets the turn. So I think if the rabbit can get out of here, which I think he can.
Don't know if Doug would be able to move through that. We
just said it wasn't forest, so it's just blocking terrain. So
probably, but I'm going to move 2. Down
he will be able to charge you at that distance. Obviously.
Yeah. And then I'll move an extra 4 down here. And then I can just go 1 more inch. I've got a little bit clumsy.
James is just trying to bust all of the trees.
Yeah. So
right. And he's currently carrying 3 Moonstone in one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the whole game rests on whether
the whole game is whether he can be shot and killed. So the best that the bold can do is 2 inches and then shoot. So in fact, unless you're, how far away are you? So I need to move. Actually, I think I might be bang on because I'm 10 inches away. That's the front of his base is 10 inches. Draw a line across there, yeah. So I move to there.
Yeah, you're.
So move to there.
You aren't quite on the base, but yeah. There we go. Okay, that should be good.
So I'm 8 inches, exactly 8 inches away. So we'll see if we can soften him up first of all. Probably won't. This is the one time I would like a green 3. I've never gotten a green 3. Can we have a dramatic end to this game where I shoot you with a green 3?
It's 3x or it's x 3x.
Oh, he's big as well, so I get an extra card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just 3x minus 1. So the most I can do is 8.
And it's just looking for greens.
Just looking for greens.
Right.
I will play a green 1.
I'm going to call bluff.
Okay. So that. There you go. It was a green 1.
Yeah.
So I can shoot again.
Do we resolve it first, or because I mean you'll be able to shoot?
I don't know. I don't even know. Can you check the rules? I know we're standing. I'll cut this bit out of the video. But when you cast again, do you get like a new deck, or do you just cast?
I don't think you do, because you have to play out your current hand. Therefore, you can only do it a certain number of times.
Right.
Because then I might find it believable. Say you play green 2, I might find it believable. Or I might call bluff.
It just makes bluffing the second time around that much harder, right? So
yeah. But of course, you're trying to get off a bunch of spells.
Yeah. So I won't shoot again. We'll just resolve that. So that's 3 damage.
But I was interested in getting booted over this rock, Dad.
I don't know if it will happen because you can't go over that rock. You're kind of up against that rock. I don't think that will work. I think you just go up against the wall. Because if that was a house or something, you wouldn't go through a house. So I think I just think it was just pushed up against it.
That kind of sucks.
You can't go through the terrain.
Well, but you can climb over. You can climb over this.
Yeah, but I don't think it just pushes you back. It doesn't throw you into the air. It sends you flying into the atmosphere. Right.
2 damage, right?
2 damage. Yeah, that's all. Okay. Right. Over to you, I guess.
Yep. Okay. Danica is going to move.
She's going to sacrifice herself.
Yeah, she's basically just going to move to there.
Okay.
She's going to save her.
Do you know what I would do? I would actually go and stand next to him.
Can I do? Actually, oh yeah.
If you stand next to him, it gives me 1 less melee card.
Okay, yeah.
So you get just for people watching, there's a rule where if you were going to a fight with multiple models, those models take away from your melee cards because hey, it's a bit of a brawl and you don't quite know what's going on. So I'm going to move. I have to try. So I will move 4 in and then just come out the other side and sit 3 inches away from you, wherever that is. Do you want to put me 3 inches away from you?
Yeah. Well,
doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I'm 3 inches away.
About there.
Yeah. and I will attack. I only get to attack once because unfortunately I've taken damage. So normally I would get 2 attacks off, but I'm only going to get 1. And unless this is an amazing attack, because instead of 6 cards I'm only going to get 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, hopefully they're all the same card.
Yeah.
1, 2. How many melee does the rabbit get?
3.
3. So I'm hoping for a huge.
You got your -1, right?
Yes, I've only got 5. So I'm hoping for some huge attack here. Right, I'm ready.
High guard.
High guard, falling swing,
Yes,
zeros. Zeros and zeros. Oh, I should have gone with the rising attacks, look, 3s. Because I could have critted it. The max I could have done, so yeah.
I was thinking your special's on a rising attack.
Yes.
But it's only working within 1 inch.
Yeah.
So you probably won't play it.
Yeah.
I had a low guard as well, so it was literally like 50-50.
Yeah. So if we were to play out the rest of the turn in this demo game,
Even if you could reach it.
even if I could reach this and pick it up, the best I can hope for is a 3-2 victory to you. But actually, I don't even think I could get there. I've got a 2-inch move, a 2-inch move. Oh no, I could have picked it up. I could have done it. Yeah, I could have picked it up, but it won't make a blind bit of difference. We didn't kill the rabbit, so there we go. Well done.
Very good.
GG's. Right. That is a quick game. I'm going to go back to the desk and just give you a summary of the game and stuff and talk you through some of the other bits and pieces that we may not have covered in the game. But essentially, that was Moonstone. It's a very cool, whimsical game, very high fantasy, and I think good fun, right, James?
Yeah, I think the models are great. The whole magic system, I really enjoy it. It's just a great thing.
Yeah, I like the dueling with the cards and the magic bluffing and all that sort of stuff. It works really well. So hopefully you enjoyed it. We're going to play some proper games. This is obviously just a 4-player demo game, 4-character demo game, but we do proper games as well of 6 characters, where I bring in things like my blimp and some other bits and pieces, and James has got some other fantastic creatures to play with, like this troll here. So James has his own troll. You've seen me paint these all up on the channel as well. So yeah, I'll head back to the desk and I'll wrap this up. Welcome back. Crikey. James got me, didn't he? I thought I could take that pesky rabbit down, but unfortunately the cards didn't land for me, and he got what was the perfect counter to my final attack. Otherwise I could have took the rabbit out, he would have dropped the moonstone that he had in his hands, and therefore I would have been declared the winner because I was the only characters holding moonstone at the end of turn 4. So it really did come down to that last desperate attack from Doug the Flatulent. So yeah, really good game. And again, it was only a demo, so we only had 4 characters each. You would normally play with 6, and again, even more moonstone on the table. Instead of 5, it would have been 7. And there's rules that we forget all the way along the way. But hey, you know, the rule book for this game is literally this thick. It is very small. You can work out the rules super quick, and everything you need to know is on the cards in front of you. And I really like games that have that, because you don't want to keep referring to the rule book. Well, you wouldn't mind when it's this big, but some games have rule books that are pretty thick, and you happen to keep flipping through all the pages to find what you want. It's just all on the card. It's all on the card for you. You can find out very quickly what you need to know and play along. And ultimately, if there's 2 of you playing, if there's a rule you're not sure about, come to an agreement and work out what's best for the game. So yeah, really good, fantastic, really highly recommend it. It is a more of a boutique game, so the miniatures aren't cheap, but they are very high quality. Again, if you've not seen, I've painted them many times on the channel, and I really do recommend checking it out. So yeah, you can pick up the starter set, this one here, or you can just go out and buy miniatures you like. You can get the book separately. You can go out, buy all the miniatures that you like the look of, create weird and wacky war bands for your team, and then just play the game. A bit of terrain, you can use anything. This is all 3D printed behind me. I can give more details on where I've got that from, but printable-sceneries.com is a pretty good place to start. And yeah, away you go. Okay, you can play the game. So yeah, I really like the The dueling, I know I spoke about this before, but the way the fighting works, it isn't just dice rolling off against each other like in many games. It's playing those cards, potentially having the perfect counter to someone else's attack, using your special abilities to upgrade attacks, or even like the witch made all of the damage that I would have done to her disappear onto some illusion, so I wasn't even hitting the witch in the first place. Nice little things like that I think bring really good twists to the fighting. And then with the magic, that bluff system, I'm terrible at it. Don't play me at poker. Well, actually, no, probably do play me at poker. I'm terrible at bluffing. But James gets me all the time. So again, but I like the fact that sometimes call bluff anyway. Even if you think they are telling the truth. If there's no real damage to you for calling bluff, sometimes you can get lucky. Call bluff and find out they were lying about that green one that you think they think they had, and then you get to cause the catastrophes. But also, as James showed, you can use catastrophes to your advantage. So he killed my poor vicious Sid by blowing up one of his witches, which I thought was quite a cool way to do it. So yeah, again, great fun. I hope we gave you a bit of insight in how to play the game. I hope we covered most of the rules that are in there. But like I say, I think it is a really simple pick up and play game, and maybe you'll give it a chance yourself and have a play. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like. Give us a comment. If you want to see more Let's Plays from me and James on the table behind us, you let me know and we'll keep doing this sort of stuff. It's a little bit different, but we certainly enjoyed doing it. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll speak to you soon. All right, bye-bye.